Since announcing a two-week conditional ceasefire, the U.S. has claimed to have achieved an overwhelming victory on the battlefield after conducting over 13,000 strikes against Iran. As per the U.S. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, Iran's military has been rendered combat ineffective for years to come. Yet, Iran is viewing this truce as a sign of victory. Even though America and Israel bombarded Iran for 40 long days, control over the Strait of Hormuz has emerged as Tehran's trump card. While the strait has been carrying around 20% of the world's oil and gas supply daily, it was formerly treated as an international waterway before the war. The situation has changed dramatically now. While the world is grappling with energy crisis owing to the shortage of oil and gas, Iran has been benefiting as it controls the Hormuz. It exported 1.85 million barrels of oil on an average daily in March, as per Kepler. Now remember, this was about 100,000 barrels more than its average daily exports between December and February. Iran's average daily revenue from oil exports grew from $115 million in February to $139 million in March this year. President Donald Trump has linked the ceasefire to the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, and since then, multiple top officials, including the American Vice President J.D. Vance and the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, have flagged an uptick of the traffic in Hormuz. However, the on-ground reality has been extremely different. According to S&P Global Market Intelligence, only 4 vessels transited through the strait on Wednesday, down from an average of 9 over the previous 5 days. While reports indicated that Iran closed the strategic waterway after Israel's attack on Lebanon, the country's Deputy Foreign Minister Sayed Khatibzadeh stated that it is in fact open. However, he said that any civilian vessel can pass only by coordinating with its armed forces.
The Strait of Hormuz is open. Of course, there are technical restrictions because of the war zone and because of many arrangements that Iran did during the war, during this aggression against Iran. So there are some technical restraints, and this is why that all the ships that they would like to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, they have to communicate with our army.
Earlier, the IRGC Navy, remember, had announced alternative routes for ships to pass through the Hormuz, citing the potential presence of anti-ship mines. Now, Iran's leverage over the Strait of Hormuz has also become a talking point among people.
The Strait of Hormuz is a serious tool at our disposal. The United States should understand that if it wants to remain a power, it has no option but to take Iran's interests into account. And we understand this well. It cannot achieve this through nuclear threats, because the destruction of Iran would mean its own destruction.
Now, even as Iran has listed continued control over the Strait of Hormuz in its 10-point proposal, American President Trump has claimed that America will help the traffic build up in this waterway. He's also boasted that big money will be made. Now, with reports indicating Tehran's intention to charge transit fee and allow only 15 vessels to pass through the Hormuz every day, Iran's clout in West Asia cannot be understated. Even as the country is crippled by sanctions, America's failure to achieve its regime change goal implies that Iran remains a force to reckon with.